The space station was huge. It floated in the darkness of space like a giant metal flower. William Carter looked out of his office window, watching alien ships fly past. He felt tired after 20 years of being Earth's voice to the aliens. His black suit was clean and pressed, but his shoulders felt heavy with worry. Laura Martinez walked into his office. She held a small blue crystal in her hands. Her face was serious as she put it on his desk. "Sir, you need to see this," she said. "I found proof. The aliens have been lying to us for 200 years. William picked up the crystal and put it into his computer. Numbers and pictures filled the screen. They showed how different alien groups had worked together to keep humans from growing stronger. The aliens had stolen human ideas, stopped humans from trading with other species, and kept them from settling on new planets. "Are you sure about this?" William asked. Laura nodded. "I spent 5 years finding all of this. Every bit is true. They've been making sure we stay weak and small." William's computer made a soft beep. "The big meeting starts in 10 minutes, it said. He walked through the station's long hallways. Aliens of all kinds passed by. Some were tall with scales, others had fur, and some looked like walking crystals. Most of them ignored him. One big alien with armor even forced William to walk around him. The meeting room was round and very big, with seats going up high like in a sports stadium. William sat in his usual spot, far from the middle where the important aliens sat. Laura sat behind him with her computer tablet. The leader of the meeting was Zixtal, a tall alien with shiny scales. He started talking about letting humans have more space to live. Just like the last 46 times, all the aliens started voting no. But this time was different. William pressed a button to speak. Everyone looked surprised when his seat moved forward. "I have something to say," William said. His voice was calm but firm. "For 200 years, we humans have followed your rules. We've been nice. We've been patient, but you've all been lying to us." He held up the blue crystal. "This shows how you've been stopping humans from getting stronger. You stole our ideas. You stopped us from making friends with other aliens. You kept us trapped in our little corner of space." The room got very loud. Aliens started shouting. Laura's tablet showed all the proof to everyone in the room. The aliens' faces changed from angry to scared as they saw the truth. Then the lights went dim. Hidden human ships around the station turned on special machines that stopped all alien weapons from working. "We won't ask for permission anymore," William said. "We won't let you push us around. After today, every alien will remember when humans stopped being nice." He walked out of the room while the aliens were still yelling and scared. Laura walked next to him in the hallway. "Everyone in space can see the proof now," she said. "They all know what these aliens did to us." "Good," William said. "Tell our people to start the next part of our plan." As they walked away, both of them knew that everything was about to change. The aliens had pushed humans too far, and now they would learn why that was a big mistake. Alice Bennett sat in her office on the secret base under the moon's surface. 6 months had passed since she got the order to get ready for war. She looked at the big screen on her wall. It showed hundreds of new ships that humans had built in hidden places all across space. Nobody outside Earth knew about these ships. Alice and her team had worked very hard to keep them secret. They painted the ships with special black paint that made them invisible to alien scanners. They only moved the ships when alien patrol ships weren't looking. "Commander Bennett," her computer said, "Dr. Daniel Wright wants to talk to you." Daniel's face appeared on her screen. He looked excited. "Commander, the Ghost Drive is ready. We tested it on the new ship yesterday. It worked perfectly." The Ghost Drive was a new engine that humans had made. It could make ships move through solid things like they weren't even there. Alien ships wouldn't be able to stop human ships anymore. Alice smiled. "Good work, Daniel. How many ships can we put it in?" "We can put it in all of them now. The factory under Mars is making more drives every day." Alice looked at another screen. It showed alien ships flying near Earth. The aliens thought they were watching humans carefully, but they didn't know about the bases underground or the ships hiding in asteroid fields. Her phone made a quiet beep. It was a message from Margaret Foster, her chief engineer. "Commander, all weapons are ready. We put the new laser guns on every ship. They can cut through alien shields like paper." Alice remembered how the aliens had always told humans their technology wasn't good enough. They said humans needed to wait longer before they could have better ships. But humans had been building better technology in secret all along. She pressed a button on her desk. A big map of space appeared in the middle of her office. Little red dots showed where alien ships were. Blue dots showed where human ships were hiding. "Computer, show me the first targets," she said. The map lit up with green spots. These were places where aliens were keeping human colonies under their control. The aliens said they were protecting the colonies, but really they were just stopping them from growing. A new message came in from Peter Martinez at the Galactic Council. They saw the proof. "The Council is in chaos. Time to start Phase 2. Alice took a deep breath. She had waited for this moment for a long time. She pressed the big red button on her desk. All across space, hidden human ships turned on their engines. The ghost drives hummed to life. In their secret underground base, Alice's crew ran to their stations. "All ships, this is Commander Bennett," she said into her radio. "Operation Freedom starts now. Save our colonies. Show them what humans can really do." She watched as the blue dots on her map started moving. The alien ships didn't see them coming. They couldn't see the human ships at all. They thought keeping us down would make us weak. Alice said to herself, but it just made us learn to be sneaky. The first reports started coming in. Human ships were appearing out of nowhere near the colonies. The alien guards were running away. For the first time in 200 years, humans were fighting back. Alice sent one last message to all ships. "Remember, we're not here for revenge. We're here to take back what's ours. Make Earth proud." The biggest fight in human history had begun, and the aliens weren't ready for it at all. Dr. Daniel Wright stood in the big test room under the moon's surface. He watched as his new machine made all the alien weapons stop working. The machine was small, about the size of a lunchbox, but it was very powerful. "Try it again," he said to his friend Margaret Foster. She was the best engineer in the base. She pressed some buttons on her computer, and a red beam shot at the machine. The beam hit something invisible in the air and disappeared. "It works perfectly," Margaret said with a smile. "The aliens won't be able to hurt our ships anymore." Daniel walked over to the machine and picked it up carefully. They had spent 3 years making it work. The aliens always said their weapons were the best in space, but they were wrong. Just then, their computer made a loud noise. "Warning," it said. "Alien ship coming close to the moon." Daniel and Margaret quickly turned off all their machines. They had done this many times before. The whole base went dark and quiet. Special shields made it look like nothing was there. Up above them, a big alien ship flew past the moon. It was looking for anything strange, but it couldn't see the base or the hundreds of people working inside. "That's the third alien ship this week," Margaret said quietly. "They know something is different. They just don't know what." Daniel nodded. "They can feel that something is wrong, but they've been ignoring us for so long. They don't know how much we've learned." He walked to a big window that looked out into another room. Inside that room were rows and rows of the new machines they had made. Each one was ready to be put on a human ship. His computer tablet made a soft beep. It was a message from Commander Bennett. "Are the shield breakers ready?" Daniel typed back, "Yes. We made enough for every ship in the fleet." He remembered when he first started working on this project. The aliens had laughed at human science. They said humans were too young to understand advanced technology. But Daniel and his team had studied every piece of alien technology they could find. They learned how it worked, and then they made it better. Margaret walked up next to him. "Look at this," she said, showing him her tablet. It had pictures from space telescopes. The pictures showed alien ships moving in big groups. "They're getting nervous," Daniel said. "They can tell humans aren't acting normal anymore. But it's too late for them to do anything about it." Just then, Commander Bennett's face appeared on the big screen in their lab. "Dr. Wright, it's time. Get all the shield breakers ready. We're starting Phase 3 tomorrow." Daniel felt his heart beat faster. This was what they had worked for. "We're ready, Commander. Every machine is tested and working." After the commander's face disappeared, Daniel and Margaret looked at each other. They had been friends since college, and they had worked together on this secret project for years. "Do you think the aliens will fight back?" Margaret asked. Daniel shook his head. "They don't know how. They've forgotten what it's like to have to fight for anything. They've been in charge for too long." He walked over to the rows of machines. Each one represented years of human work and cleverness. The aliens thought humans were simple and weak. Tomorrow, they would learn how wrong they were. "Let's get to work," he said. "Tomorrow's going to be a very big day." Admiral Stephen Ross stood on the bridge of his new ship, the HMS Vindication. It was the biggest ship humans had ever built. Today, it would lead the attack to free the human colony on New Eden. "All ships ready, Admiral," said Lieutenant Carol Hudson from her seat at the front of the bridge. She was in charge of weapons and battle plans. Stephen looked at the big screen in front of him. It showed 50 human ships hiding behind a moon. None of the alien ships guarding New Eden could see them. The Ghost Drive was working perfectly. "Show me the colony," Stephen said. The screen changed to show New Eden. It was a beautiful planet with blue oceans and green land. But the aliens had built big walls around the human cities. They said the walls were for protection. Really, they were to keep humans trapped. 10 alien guard ships in orbit, Carol reported. "They have their shields up, but they're not ready for a fight. They don't know we're here." Stephen picked up his radio. "This is Admiral Ross to all ships. Remember our plan. Protect the colony. Don't destroy alien ships if you don't have to. Just make them run away." He looked at his crew. They were all ready. They had trained for this day for years. "Start the attack," he ordered. All at once, 50 human ships appeared around New Eden. They had been invisible just a second ago. The alien ships tried to turn and fight, but they were too surprised. "Shield breakers on," Carol said. The new machines that Dr. Wright had made turned on. Suddenly, none of the alien weapons worked anymore. Their shields disappeared too. One of the alien ships tried to shoot at the Vindication. The laser just bounced off the human ship's shields. The aliens had never seen shields this strong before. "Send them the message," Stephen said. Carol pressed a button. Every alien ship heard the same words. "Leave this colony now. We won't tell you twice." The alien ships started to run away. They had never fought anyone who could beat their weapons before. They didn't know what to do. "Admiral," Carol said, "look at the colony." The screen showed the cities on New Eden. People were coming out of their homes. They were breaking down the alien walls. They were cheering and waving at the human ships in the sky. "Landing ships ready, sir," Carol said. "Should we send down the soldiers?" Stephen smiled. "No need for soldiers. The people down there are taking care of things themselves. They've been waiting for this day too." More messages started coming in from other places in space. Other human fleets were attacking other colonies. Everywhere, the aliens were running away. They had never expected humans to fight back like this. "Message from Earth," Carol said. "They say Phase 3 is working perfectly. Alien ships are leaving human space all across the galaxy." Stephen watched as the last alien ship disappeared. The people of New Eden were already tearing down the alien buildings in their cities. They were putting up Earth flags instead. "Send a message to the colony," he said. "Tell them Earth says hello, and we're sorry we took so long to come." He looked at the happy faces on the screen below. This was just the start. There were many more colonies to free. But now everyone knew that humans weren't weak anymore. They had just been waiting for the right time to show their strength. "Set course for the next colony," Stephen ordered. "We have more people to help." Peter Martinez walked into the emergency meeting of the Galactic Council. The big room was full of angry and scared aliens. They had called this special meeting after human ships started appearing all over space. His sister Laura walked next to him. She carried the box with all the proof of what the aliens had done to humans. The proof was already spreading across every computer system in the galaxy. "They don't look so powerful now," Laura whispered. Many of the alien leaders were arguing with each other. Some were pointing fingers, blaming each other for making humans angry. Trade Minister Krell, a tall alien with blue skin, pointed at Peter. "The humans are attacking everyone. We must stop them." Peter stood up calmly. "No, Minister Krell, we are not attacking everyone. We are taking back what's ours. And you know why we're doing it." Dr. Susan Brooks, who studied alien behavior, stepped forward. She had worked with aliens for 20 years. "You never understood humans," she said to the council. "You thought patience meant weakness. You thought being peaceful meant being stupid." The big screen on the wall showed what was happening in space. Human ships were appearing near every colony that aliens had taken over, but they weren't destroying anything. They were just making the alien ships leave. "Look at what's happening," Peter said. "We could have attacked your homeworlds. We could have destroyed your ships, but we didn't. We just want our freedom." Some of the alien leaders looked surprised. They had expected humans to be violent and angry. Instead, humans were being careful not to hurt anyone. "How did you build so many ships?" another alien asked. "How did you hide them from us?" Peter smiled. "We learned from watching you. Every time you pushed us down, we found a way to work around it. Every time you said we couldn't do something, we figured out how to do it better." Laura opened her computer and showed more pictures. They showed human ships using technology that the aliens thought was impossible for humans to have. "Impossible," shouted Minister Krell. "Humans can't have better technology than us." "We don't have better technology than you in everything," Peter said. "But we have better technology where it matters. We had to be clever. We had to be careful. You gave us no choice." Dr. Brooks stepped forward again. "You should be happy," she told the scared aliens. "If humans were like you, we would be attacking your worlds right now. Instead, we just want to be left alone." Just then, more news came in. The human ships had freed another 10 colonies. Not a single alien ship had been destroyed. They had all run away when they saw they couldn't win. "Here is what's going to happen," Peter said to the quiet room. "Humans will take back all their colonies. We will build our own trading posts. We will make our own rules. And you will leave us alone." The alien leaders looked at each other. They knew they had no choice. Human ships could appear anywhere at any time. Their weapons didn't work against human shields. They had lost their power over Earth. "One more thing," Peter said. "From now on, when humans want to do something, we won't ask for permission. We've earned our place in space, and we won't let anyone take it away again." He walked out of the room with Laura and Dr. Brooks. Behind them, the alien leaders were starting to understand. They had spent centuries trying to keep humans weak. Instead, they had forced humans to become stronger than anyone could have imagined. Captain Linda Morrison watched the battle map on her ship's big screen. The Arcturus Gate was the most important space station in this part of the galaxy. All ships had to pass through it to travel between star systems. Right now, it was surrounded by the biggest alien fleet ever seen. "They're desperate," said John Baker, her operations chief. "They put every ship they have at the gate. They think they can stop us here." Linda looked at her own fleet. 500 human ships waited in hiding. The aliens couldn't see them thanks to the Ghost Drive. This would be the biggest fight yet. "Message from Earth Command," John said. "They want us to take the gate, but try not to destroy it. Many species need it for travel." Linda nodded. This was why Earth had chosen her for this mission. She was good at finding ways to win without breaking things. "Show me their weak spots," she ordered. The screen changed to show the alien fleet's formation. They had put their biggest ships in front, but Linda saw they left their back open. They still didn't think humans could appear out of nowhere. "All ships, listen up," she said into her radio. "This is how we're going to do this. Group 1 will appear behind them. Group 2 will come from below. Group 3 will protect the gate. Remember, we want them to run away, not die." She looked at her crew. They were ready. Everyone knew this battle would decide everything. "Begin Operation Shadow," she ordered. Human ships appeared all around the alien fleet. The aliens tried to fire their weapons, but nothing worked. The shield breakers stopped all their attacks. "They're trying to call for help," John reported. "Let them," Linda said. "I want everyone to see what happens here." The alien ships tried to fight, but they couldn't hit anything. Human ships would disappear and reappear in different places. It was like trying to fight ghosts. "Their admiral wants to talk," John said. Linda looked at the scared alien face on her screen. "You have one chance," she told him. "Leave now. Tell everyone that the gate belongs to all species now, not just the powerful ones." "You can't do this," the alien admiral shouted. "This gate has been ours for 1,000 years. "Not anymore," Linda said calmly. "Look around you. You can't win this fight. But we're giving you a choice. That's more than you ever gave us." The alien admiral looked at his ships. None of their weapons worked. Human ships were everywhere. For the first time, his people weren't the strongest ones in space. "Order all ships to power down weapons," he said finally. We surrender." Linda shook her head. "We don't want your surrender. We want you to learn to share. The gate will be open to everyone now. All species, big and small. No one will control it anymore." The alien ships started to leave. As they flew away, Linda sent a signal. Human engineers appeared on the gate in special suits. They started installing new computers that would run the gate fairly for everyone. "Message from Earth," John said with a big smile. "They say Phase 4 is complete. We've won." Linda looked at the gate. It had been a symbol of alien power for centuries. Now it would be a symbol of freedom for everyone. "Send a message to all ships," she said. "Tell them Operation Shadow is complete. The gate is free." Across space, alien leaders watched what happened. They saw how humans could have destroyed their fleet but chose not to. They saw how humans made the gate free for everyone instead of taking it for themselves. "They still don't understand us," Linda said quietly to John. "They think power is about controlling things, but real power is about knowing when not to use it." 1 year had passed since the battle at Arcturus Gate. William Carter stood in the new council chamber on Earth. It was very different from the old one on Nexus Station. Here, all seats were in a circle. No species sat higher than others. Vice Admiral Michelle Patterson handed him a tablet. "A last report is in," she said. "All human colonies are free now. Our ships are protecting trade routes for smaller species too." William looked around the room. Alien leaders from across the galaxy were arriving for the first meeting of the new Galactic Charter. Even species that humans had never met before were coming. They had heard about what happened and wanted to be part of the new way of doing things. "Did you ever think we'd end up here?" Michelle asked quietly. William shook his head. "When we started this, we just wanted to be free. But we found out many other species were being pushed around too. They were just too scared to fight back." A group of small aliens walked past them. They looked like glowing balls of light. Before, the old council wouldn't let them join. They said these aliens were too young. Now they had their own seat, just like everyone else. "The new trading system is working well," Michelle said, showing more numbers on her tablet. "When everyone gets to trade freely, everyone gets richer." The old council was wrong about that too. William watched as more aliens came in. Some had fought against humans a year ago. Now they came as equals. They had learned that working together was better than fighting. "Message from the colony ships," Michelle said with a smile. "The first group of humans is ready to start settling the new star systems. No one is trying to stop them this time." The aliens who used to run the council had changed too. They still had their big ships and their old technology. But now they had to talk to other species instead of just giving orders. Some of them were even asking humans to teach them about ghost drive technology. "It's time to start," William said. He walked to his seat, which was the same size as all the others. The room got quiet as everyone sat down. "Welcome to the first meeting of the new Galactic Chartered," he said. "Today we talk as equals. Today we start fresh." He looked at the faces around him. Some were scared. Some were excited. All of them knew things would never go back to the old way. "1 year ago, humanity's patience ran out," William said. "We could have used that moment to take revenge. We could have become the new bullies of the galaxy. Instead, we chose to make things better for everyone." The aliens nodded. They had seen how human ships now protected smaller species from pirates. They saw how humans shared their new technology with friendly aliens. They understood now that being strong didn't mean you had to be mean. "The galaxy is big enough for everyone," William said. "There's enough space, enough resources, enough chances for all of us to grow. We just have to be brave enough to try new things, to trust each other, to be patient with each other." A small alien stood up. It was from a species that the old council used to ignore. "Thank you," it said simply, "for showing us there was another way." William smiled. Humanity had changed the galaxy forever. Not by being the strongest or the meanest, but by being smart enough to know when to fight and when to make peace. "Let's begin," he said. And the new age of the galaxy started.